Hi, I'm Sarah, and we're in Birmingham I can't say that, I'm American. At the UK Games Expo. And we're going to learn about your game, so you can introduce yourself, tell us about the game.
Yes, indeed.
I'll pass you the mic.
Oh, thank you. I've got the microphone. Thank you. Hello, I'm Marcus Pullen. I'm the Managing Director of Blue Donut Studios and Blue Donut Games. And we're here with our family tile-based card collecting game called Horror in the Library. So what's Horror in the Library all about? Well, we've all been invited to the mansion of the Mad Professor, and he's invited us for a sumptuous feast. At the end of the feast, he stands up and he reveals he has nefarious plans in store for us. He wants to use us as human guinea pigs in his crazy interdimensional library. Yes. Oh, we're trapped. This is outrageous. Unfortunately, he's drugged us all and we all pass out. Oh, yes. Yes, it's a Victorian game. That's how they rolled in those days. Absolutely. So what happens then is we all wake up. We all wake up restored, and we have a letter in one hand and a strange clock in the other. The letter tells us that this strange clock is a fortitude meter, and we have to keep the fortitude meter in the green to be able to search. What are we searching for? We're searching for these secrets that the Mad Professor has told us we have to find. The secrets are in the pages, in the books, in the library, and we have to find our secrets to be able to escape.
You need all 6 secrets.
No, we decide how short or long the game is by saying how many secrets that we have to collect. If we want a short game, we can do 1 or 2. If we want a nice long game, we can do 6 secrets.
How long would a short game be?
A short game is about half an hour to 40 minutes, depending how rowdy and boisterous you all are and how much you get into character. A long game, well, that's as long as you want to do. We have people who have the expansion, which takes it up to 6 players, and they have all 6 secrets, and they have a lovely meal, and they'll play it over a whole weekend, and they have a lot of fun. So that's one of the things that we did with Horror in the Libraries. We wanted to give a feeling of an escape room as well. So that's why it has escape room elements. But we also love murder mystery games. So we wanted to put a bit of a murder mystery feel in there. So we're all playing against each other. So how do we play the game? We play it with 3 types of actions: a move, a search, and a look. So what's the first one? Let's talk about the move. So the move is that I'm Lady Hermione here. Now, Lady Hermione wants to go into this room. So we can move through this open door into this room. That's easy, no problems at all. But Hermione also has been bestowed with various gifts from the Mad Professor, one of which is being able to pass through a locked door. However, that will use 1 point of fortitude. So that's one type of move. Another type of move we have is that Hermione wants to go into this room and search that bookcase. But there is a thick stone wall she can't pass through. So what can she do? Well, she can use one of her move actions and she can rotate the room 90 degrees. And then her second action will be to move through the open door so it won't cause an impact on her fortitude. And then what she can do is then search the bookcase. So let's go on to searching. There are 2 types of things we can search: bookcases for the secrets in the pages in the books of the library, and there are drawers in the desks. Now, we will search a bookcase first. What we do is we put our search marker there. We then record with the search marker. We'll roll these 2 dice, yellow and white, X and Y, 6 and 6. We look on the bookcase here. Here's the bookcase, 6 and 6, that's a blue. So we look for a blue page and we see, does it match? If it matches, we have got our secret. If it doesn't match, then we put it to one side, and then we're not relying on Lady Luck. No, we're going to be relying on strategy to build up sets. A set can be 2 of the same colour or 3 different colours. Once we've got a set, we can then go to another bookcase and exchange for the card that we actually want. So that's one type of search. The other type of search we have is searching through the drawers. How do we do that? Well, we take our number 5 and we're going to search the drawers there. We mark that on there. And then we have a rummage, technical term, a rummage we English like to do, in the Victorian velvet bag, and we pull out a coin. This is a curse. There are blessings and there are curses. And of course, every time we pull out a coin, it will change the bag. This is becoming slightly more blessed. Wonderful. Then we draw from the curses and the blessings. As you can see, I'm doing a Penn and Teller routine here. Here are my curses. Here are my blessings. Let's flip them over. All the blessings, as you can imagine, do wonderful things for you. Give you protection, enable you to nudge the dice. This is one of my favourite cards because the dice nudging card, I can actually collect it and use it out of turn. So I can use it against somebody if I wanted to and spoil their turn. I could also use it for myself and improve my chances. The curses, as you can imagine, the curses will do nasty things to you, like the devil's finger trap, or you will have to polish the butler's silver and miss a turn. But there are other curses, such as the poison, the dagger, the pistol, the ice pick, and the blunderbuss, which we can use against other players. If we're in the same room as them, we can play those curses against them, and if we're successful, if they don't have the protection, we can then take the card that they have on the side, and we can then add it to our set, which means we can then in turn go to exchange it at the bookcase for the card that we want. Now, every time we're doing this, we're placing search markers into the rooms. Is that a problem? Yes, it is a problem, because too much psychic energy and monsters will appear and be summoned from the veil, and the monsters will drain our fortitude. And if it drains our fortitude, we won't be able to search, and we won't be able to search for the books in the pages in the library. We won't be able to escape. So what we can do, well, we could flee from the library if we wanted to, or we could stand our ground and we could fight the monster by rolling the dice. We just need to get 6 or more. What can go wrong? It's so easy. Phew. We then get the point, restoring our fortitude, and we then control the monster, and we can stick it anywhere we like. So that means that player automatically loses fortitude, and they have to now deal with that monster. So the more monsters there are on the board, the more chaos ensues, the harder it gets to keep in the green, the faster you have to play. Once you've got all of your secrets, and depending on how many monsters there are in the room, in the portal, because you have to get to the green portal to win the game. And once you're there, you have to fight the monsters, and you can chain an attack if you're very good, and you can then put the monster wherever you like, inflicting more misery upon your competitors. However, if you fail and you roll badly, you're ejected from the portal, and that means that somebody in their next turn, they could go in there, they could roll the dice, beat the monster, and win the game. And there you go, there's Horror in the Library. Now, there is an expansion. The expansion pack here, the collector's edition, this increases the size of your library to 16 tiles.
Oh, wow.
This is a demo layout. You can actually lay this out however you like. And if you want to have multiple floors, you just make sure you put a room with a mirror in the floor, and you can then create like a dungeon crawler, so it can be different every time. You have 2 extra players, Max and Sarah. You then have the secret rooms. Fantastic. You have the secret rooms, which adds the kitchen and the laboratory. They also have their own monsters that roam around, and they have different blessings and curses that are harder to get, but give you greater rewards. So greater risk, greater rewards. You then also have the Cabinet of Fears. The Cabinet of Fears is an array of cards with a cabinet in one of the rooms with a mirror in it, and you have to access that cabinet by paying with the blessings and curse coins. So you have to make a decision. Do I save my coins for the machine, or do I use them for the blessings and curses? If you use them in the cabinet machine, then you can buy a special ability and confront a fear and use that whilst you have it, but it is vulnerable to attack from the curse cards. You then, if you want to play all together, you have Apparatus, which is a collaborative game where you have to build the apparatus to destroy the monsters before the monsters overrun the library and destroy you. And once you've done all of that and you've got used to playing the game, what you can do is then flip over the player boards and play the advanced game, which comes, and each of the players have their own character-specific effects at +5 and -5. So, for example, one of my favourites is Betty. She's an actress, old-time musical actress, and if she's +5, she gets an encore, which means she can rotate her room tile twice per action rather than once. However, if she's -5, she becomes hysterical and she will have to choose a player to take an action for her. So each player has those special abilities, and that is Horror in the Library, the board game. You've also then got something we're working on at the moment, which is Horror in the Library VR horror escape game for the MetaQuest, which you can now install for free, the latest demo, alpha of the game, via your headset. So just go to our website, click on the button, join the program, and it will magically appear in your headset. And we have a wonderful special guest star who's doing the voice of the Mad Professor, who I think I might be able to tell you who that is. I know we can because we've got permission. It is the wonderful legend, Wes Johnson, is voicing the Mad Professor. So we have been working with Wes to help us with the wonderful people in California at SAG-AFTRA who are supporting us, and they've been really, really wonderful to work with. And so we're very lucky that Wes loves the project, and so we're taking this into the VR space. So there we go. And I'll breathe now.
Yeah, you can breathe. All right, I'm gonna fire away my questions at you now. No.
Okay. Questions?
The question is, what inspired you to create this game? How long has it taken you to come up with the ideas and then put it out into production? What is the price for the game? Yeah.
Okay, well, so thanks very much. Okay, so the reason I created this game was that I wanted something very tactile. In other words, I wanted to have a game where you could change the game and rotate something.
Yeah.
And I've always been a fan of Victorian history, but I also am a fan of horror. I love The House on the Haunted Hill, and I thought, well, gosh darn it, why don't we put the whole lot together and come up with something? So it's taken me, well, I mean, at least 5 years to work on this. We're now in the 4th edition of the game, and we work with a wonderful company called Longpack, who manufacture the game for us. We have a distributor in the UK, we have a distributor in Europe, and we're just working out the paperwork for having a distributor in the United States of America, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
And so, what part of the USA are you from?
Ohio.
From Ohio?
Yeah, but lots of gamers there.
Oh, wow, it's not Dayton, Ohio, is it?
Ohio is for gamers. I'm not from Dayton, but I'm from Cleveland.
Fantastic. Oh, right, Cleveland, very nice. So,
Dayton's where Wright State is and where the Wright brothers were, and they invented the airplanes for flying. So.
that's right, the Wright Flyer. Fantastic. Do you remember when it was?
No, I used to.
It was, let's see, it was, oh gosh, hold on, was it 1900? Or so 1901, Louis Blériot flew across the channel. So it was just before then. They were the first people to fly, Will and Orville Wright, at Kitty Hawk. Any case, enough about them. There's a game somebody needs to make about the Wright Flyer. So yeah, so we're now in the 4th edition of the game, and it retails for £50 for the game. So don't forget, you get the base, the classic game, and the advanced game in the one box. And for the expansion retails for around £20 to £25. Depending on whether you're here at the show, then you might have something exciting going on with that. We shall see. But there we go.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.